Okay, let's try to now. Sorry, one second. Let's try to merge the request. So we have. So if you miss the class, you can go to the file stack and see what I have done, and you can do it yourself. Okay.
Oh.
So let's go to this one, car input. Okay, let's see what he has done. Nitish has done. He has created few files in his folder, so that's good. I'll merge it. Okay, let's see other request. Okay. No, this is wrong. 1572 is wrong. Something is wrong going on. You are committing the node modules folder. That's not right.
I have git ignore.
Yeah.
But why still it is committed?
Then also it's coming.
Yeah.
Something you are doing. I don't know. It should not come actually. Why it's coming? I'm not sure. But what you have to do now? Create a new branch. Only do the changes which you want and create a new merge request, new PR. Okay, pull request.
I want to delete the node modules folder and commit again. Is that okay?
So delete the node modules, but it should not even come. Delete what you do. Just create a new branch. No need to do now directly delete. Maybe delete it afterwards. First create a new branch from the main branch, and then delete the node module. Reinstall it, and see if you when you commit, you should see. If node module is coming, something is wrong, and then you show it to me. Okay. Next time, what to do when you do any changes, you can see git status and see node module is there. If it is there, then some problem is there. Okay, I'll show you now what to do. Only thing is, I'll not show you. I'll just tell you because it will take a lot of time. I'll just tell you what to do. Don't worry about this merge request. I will deny it. Create a new branch, and that delete the node module. Reinstall the node module. Reinstall means you have to run yarn install. When you run yarn install, node modules will be created, and see if you are getting same problem. And this expo also should not be committed. It should also be ignored. Something is going on weird in your branch. Okay, let's see. 1 second, I'll check your branch. Okay. Why I'm not able to go here? Something is wrong. Okay, till it loads, let's do here. So today I'll go slow and everything whatever I do you just follow it because there will be no time to do it again. You have to do it together with me. Something is wrong, man. Internet is what? What's taking so much time? Sure. It's taking so long.
Oh.
Yeah, I think some problem with the GitLab. So if you switch branch to main, project 6 and 7 go away because it was not merged to main. But now if you do git pull, you will get all your 6 and 7 back. This is for the RAM. He's asking when I switch the branch to main, 67 go away because your changes are in your branch and now I merged it. Now if you do the git, if you change the branch main and do git pull, you will get it. But somehow I think GitLab is down. I'm not able to open it here. Something. Let's check. What is the problem with the GitLab? There's some problem with the GitLab, I think. Okay. Let's check the case. I see Git ignore, but somehow it's giving problem. Yeah, the Git sometimes give problems. So we need to recreate the branch and do the changes. Okay, let's try now again. Somehow it's not working for me. Is it working for you? Git pull? Can anyone try? Not working. Your voice is low. Is it now okay?
I cannot pull. Same as
You
you.
cannot pull. Okay.
Right.
Is my voice okay now?
Yeah, I'm hearing. Okay. Yeah.
So Ram, can you hear me now? Okay. Yeah.
Only
Now it's coming. See, now
okay.
it's slow. Some problem on the server. Okay. Now it's okay. So now what I'll do? Git checkout. I'll see Git branch. Which branch I am on? I am on the main branch. I'll do Git pull again. Okay, it's already done, but I'm double checking it. Okay, okay, it's up to date. Let's create a new branch. Okay, git checkout minus p mk. Today is July 14th. Okay, so now I am on my branch. Now what I will do, I will also create one folder. Right now, every user has his own folder. I will also create a new folder. This will, I will name it as projects. This will be the live projects which we will build soon, and everyone will work in this one. So I will assign few tasks for everyone, and they have to work on this. And once the project is done, we will publish to Google Store, Play Store. Okay, so anyone can download and use it. So this will be the live, and in the description I will put the names of all the developers who has worked on this project. So there will be a lot of projects we will be doing, live projects, which will go live in the Google Play Store. Okay, and maybe iOS. I don't know if I will buy iOS. In iOS, what is the problem? We have to buy a subscription of $99 every year. So if I feel worth, I will buy that subscription. Then we can put there. Otherwise, Google Play Store is fine for now. Okay, so I created this folder, projects folder. Don't touch this folder unless you are given task for that one. Live projects. So if you have any idea what you want to build it, just let me know. I will put it here. So I have few ideas which will go soon, and if you have any idea, you can put it here. So I will be putting the list of the projects which we will build. So one of the project is called as car messaging. You know, just I will put the idea what we are trying to build in this one. Let's say put car number. When you see any car on the road, just put the car number of that one and message to that guy. So the person should also have my app. So with the number you can message. Let's say someone has parked wrong car, you can message your car is parked wrongly. So with the car number you should be able to message the guy. So these are the font size is small. Okay, let me increase the font size. Okay, so now is it okay? Okay, one of the project we have to build this one, and I have lot of things in my mind which we will be building, and I am not the only one building it. Every one of us will put some efforts in this and all other projects. We will be putting a lot of projects here, and those will be done as we move in our code. Okay, let's create the new readme file for today, 6 14. Okay, so this is the 614. Today what we are trying to do is uh, we will be having the array, and we will loop through the array and display the items. That is what we are trying to do. Okay, that is the task which we have to do. Let's see if we have new project, or we'll create a new project. So project 7. Let's create a new project 7, 8. Project 0008. Project 8.js. So just create a new folder and just create a new branch. So you have to follow the steps which I am doing, otherwise you will be lost. So what I have done, let me recollect it. Let me put it here. So what you have to do, git checkout main, then do git pull, then do create your branch, checkout -b, and your branch name. You have to do like this, and then create a new folder, project 0008, and new file. Do it along with me. Okay, I'm writing project 8.js. Now add reference of project 8 in home and in app.js. Okay, this is what we have to do. So I created a new project 8. Now what I will do, I will put the reference of this 8 in home and app.js. Let's go to app.js. Okay, and copy this line. Project 8, project 8, and let's copy this line also. Do it along with me, okay? And if I'm going fast, you can ask me to wait so that you can complete the stuff. I'm also putting it in the Telegram chat in case you want to copy paste. Okay. So if you think you can type something, you can copy paste from the Telegram chat I'm putting there also. Okay. Okay, in the home.js, like we have the view, I will add the view from in the top from now, not in the bottom. If I'm putting in the bottom, then things will go big. We may have 100 projects, then I have to scroll again and again. Okay, so that's the reason I'll be putting in the top. New things will go in the top. There is no noise. Let me disable the noise. Okay, let's put it here. The project number 8, and this is called the list, and I call the 8 number here. Okay, so if you want this part also, I will put in the Telegram chat. Okay, now let's see what's happening. Let me run it. So if you think that I'm going little fast, you can ask me to slow down. Okay, let's scan this. Okay, I'm getting error. Okay, let's see where to fix that error. I am getting the error. Let me drag the. Okay, I'm getting this error and it's saying something like this. Project 7 and project 8 is not there. So there is some spelling mistake in the app.js. Let's open the app.js. So this is 8. And because of that, I press R button to reload the app. Okay, now we have project 8. Now I see some space here. Now why I'm getting this space? Okay, margin top, this is 10. Okay, now let's go to project 8 list. Is everybody able to reach to this point? Let me know when you reach this point, then we'll start building it. Okay, I'm waiting. I just put few things. Okay, in the home.js, I added this view. I'm putting everything in the chat also, Telegram. So if you want to copy, you can copy. If you want to type, you can type. I don't need this file. I don't need this file for today. You should be able to see this one, project 8, before we continue. Kate is done. I want at least 3 people to complete before we Ram done. Okay, I want one more confirmation. So I am also putting whatever we are doing in the class in the Telegram chat. So if you miss the class, then you can at least copy it from there and create the project. And whenever you get time, if you have something in your mind, then just let me know. I will put it in this your idea, and then we can build that also. Okay, I will also be putting more ideas tomorrow, and I want your ideas, so we'll go one by one and do that. Okay, Nitesh done. Okay, now let's start with the list one. So what we have to do, we have to create a variable then that has array of items, and then we will display it here in the page, and we'll give some simple style sheet to display it, not the professional style sheet now, not the style sheet which we will be using for our real projects, but right now simple style sheet to just display it. Okay, but when we'll build the real project, we will put some different style sheet. Okay, so first step is I will write down the steps, and I want everyone to contribute on that one. So first step is create a state variable using named as items. It is array of objects. Okay, that is the first step. Second step is loop through the array and display items. This is the second step, and then we'll do more steps once we reach this part. Okay, now question to you, how will you create the state variable items right now with a blank array? Just I want everyone to put in the chat what do you think, how I will create a state variable named as items. And I will put some dummy array there, but right now I want to know how will you create the state variable items. Put it in the chat. If you don't know, then you can see watch what others are doing. Okay, Kate and Anand has replied it. Okay, now I will do it here. Okay, so I'll say constant. So whenever you create a variable, state variable, you have to create like this and set items, create dot use state, and initially it will be blank array. Let's put some dummy data here inside this array. So for example, I can say key equal to 1 and item equal to item number 1. Okay, so this is my first one. So just go on creating as I'm doing it. So create the state variable as I'm doing. I will create multiple items 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Just create 12 items. Okay. So we are done with the first step. That is creation of the state variable. Okay, done. So now let's go to the step 2. We have to loop through these items and display the items. So there are two parts. One is the looping and we need to display the items. Let's try to build the display items part first and then we'll loop it. So how to display how the things will look, I will put it. So this is the main container, the main whole view, and this one is the text. Let's remove this text and create another view. Okay, so this view will be each row. Since we have so many items to display, so this view will repeat one by one to display each item. So we will try to give the style sheet to each one. This is the style equals styles.body. So I will create one style body, which will be the style sheet for the whole view, that is the whole container. Then I will also give the style sheet to the row, each row. Each row will be style dot item. So this is the styles dot item. So this will be the each row, and I will also give style sheet to this one, styles dot text. Okay, so now you see I'm still able to see project 8 with the same style sheet because I haven't done anything yet here. So this part will be go in the loop and it will repeat itself. Okay, let's try to give border to each one to see how it looks at least. Border width equal to 5. Border color. I will remove the border. I'm just putting it for now. Black. Next will be the view. It will be having border width of 3. Border color of blue. Okay, you are not able to see because it's kind of hidden. Sorry, view. It should be item. Yeah, you're able to see now. Yeah. Okay, it's little bit mixed with the black. Okay, let's do it now for the text. You don't have to write down this one. This you can only create a body item text. This is only to show you demo. Then I will delete it. Okay, but this part you can write down if you can go with me. Okay, now we have the red also text one. Let's see if it is really there. Yeah, it's there. With one, it's not displaying properly. Okay. Now what I'll do, I will improve the style sheet in a bit. But before improving the style sheet, let's try to loop this one. Okay. So we have created the display item. Display item should look like this one. Okay. Now we will loop it. So can anyone tell me how can I loop the items here around this one? I want some, just write out the code, how to loop it. Yeah, Anand has written already map. So we have to use map. Gayatri has said map. Let's do the map part. So I will go with items.map, and here will be the arrow function, and here I will get, let's say I will get record, each item as a record, each row as a record, this each row as a record, and index will be, this is 0 1 2 3 4 5, whatever it is, we get index, and I will return this view part here. So as soon as I do return, you will see I'm getting some message here. What is the message? That we should have the key. We'll talk about this in a minute. But at least I can loop it and I can see 12 times it is coming here. Okay, so now let's talk about how to fix this one. Okay, before I try to fix this one, just can you write on this loop part? Just write the loop part and then we can discuss what is this message. Let me know once you're done with the loop part. Okay, is it done? This loop part is done? Yeah, okay, done. Okay, now what we will do? Now tell me how to display this item here. What should I write here? How to display this item here? Record.item, right? Okay, so let's write down record.item here to display the real value item 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. Okay, so we are looping it and we are this. So now every row needs the key, otherwise you will get this warning. You see this warning. So we need to provide the key. So either I can put the key of this one, which I already created it, record.key, or I can use this index also. So let's put the index also, or I can use this key also. Whatever I want, I can use it. So it's optional. So sometimes backend does not provide this ID, then you can use the index. But if something ID or key comes from the backend, you can use that in the key part. Now the warning will go away. Let me refresh. Okay, so there's no warning now. Okay, now next thing is, so this was the basic function, the basic thing that we created the state variable and then we loop it and we display it. Now let's put some style sheet to it. Okay, so let's improve the style sheet and you can do along with me. So let's keep the border for the outer one, but let's remove the border for the middle ones. Okay, now for the view, that is item, that is this one, I will put some style sheet as follows. Let's put the background color, some background color. It will be hash. You can put anything. I gave you the link of the colors. One second, let me open it. So let's open that link for the colors. So you can choose any color which you like. Okay, this is the list of colors which you like. Okay, I will choose one of the color. So it will be 4AE1FA. Okay, so this is the color I have chosen. You can choose anything. So you see, this is the background color for each of the view. Let's give some border width of 1. Okay, let's give the margin of 10. Okay, so I give the margin of 10. So there is spacing between each item, right? Okay, so now I'll give some style sheet to the text, that is each text item. One will be the color. So generally color is coming black, but if it is not coming black, I'll forcefully make it black. I will increase the font size to 35 and I will increase the font style to italic, and then I'll give the margin of 10. Okay. It looks like this. Okay, so this is something I put a style sheet. This is simple style sheet, not much. You can copy paste if you have not written that time. I will put it in the chat and I will put it here also. Okay. Okay, so this part also I will put it in the Telegram. So if you want to grab it. Okay, so here, okay, now, okay, so we have given the style sheet to it, and we are looping that. And now if you see, I'm not able to go to the bottom. I'm only able to see whatever is in the view. I have 12 items, but I'm not able to scroll. So can anyone tell me how can I scroll to the bottom? What should I do? Scroll view. Nitesh is saying scroll view. Kate is saying scroll view. Anand is saying scroll view. Okay, so let's try to use the scroll view. So to add the scroll view, I will use here scroll view. And then I will wrap this whole map part in the scroll view. Okay, now if you see, I can scroll to the bottom also. I can go here. So just add the scroll view around your items and let me know when it's done. Okay. So now what we will do, you have many times seen that when you pull it, there is some loading icon coming here, and this list is refreshed. Have you seen that anytime in your mobile? Okay, my voice is low. Can you hear now, Ram? Is it okay now? Okay, sometimes this mic goes far away, so I'm little low. Okay, have you seen this when you pull it, circling icon, right, right. Kate is right, circling icon. So we need to put that also here in this one. So to put the circling icon, I need to use one of the parameter in the scroll view, and that parameter is called refresh control. And this refresh control has one component. We have to put one component here in the refresh control to make that circling part work. And that component is called refresh control. So I will put it here, refresh control. This component is needed in the parameter attribute, this refresh control. So I will start this curly bracket and then I will create the refresh control. Okay, so this refresh control is calling this refresh control component, which is available in the React Native. Now this refresh control, we have to pass few important things before we see it working. So what things we need? We need is called refreshing. We have to define the refreshing parameter. It should be true or false. If it is true, then you will see circling icon will continuously circulate unless it becomes false. This will only show that whether we have to display the circling icon or we have to hide it. If it is true, then it will be visible. So for example, you will see the circling icon is going on because I mark it as true. If I mark it as false, you will see circling is gone. So if we want to show that circling icon, I have to mark it as true, then circling icon will come here. But I don't want to show this unless user pulls up, right? So we will do that also. So initially we make it false. So when user will pull it, then we have to show the circling icon. Okay, we need one more parameter here, and that parameter is when you refresh, when you pull it, then what function to call. So on refresh is the attribute or props which we need to call, and here I will call one function. Okay, so let's put it as handle refresh, which I will write it down now. Okay, so I'll create one function called as handle refresh, which I will build it now. So now nothing will happen because this is false. I won't be able to see, and handle refresh is doing nothing. Let's try to do console.log. Hello. Let's see what happens. So nothing will happen. When I pull it, you will see hello is called. So what we have to do in the real world, when someone will pull it, we have to call the backend API and get the new data and display it here. Right now we are just using with the dummy data. So we will not be able to show the new data here, but we will make some addition in the dummy data so that we can add item now. But right now we are calling handle refresh on the pull. Whenever I will pull it, you will see hello is called. So before I write down this handle refresh function in detail, just wrap this scroll view with this one. Okay, I'll give you in the chat also. Okay, so once you are done with this one, I'll start working on the handle refresh function. Is it done? Edit this one. Is it done? This part. Okay. So now, since this has to be true or false based on whether we are pulling or not, so this also part has to go in one of the state variable. So let's start one state variable, and here I will say refresh and set refresh. Initially it will be false because I don't want to show the icon when we load the page. So we don't want to show the icon. I'll just create a state variable, and when someone will pull it, that is, someone will call this handle refresh, I will make this set refresh as true. so that it should show the icon. And somehow after some time here we have to reload the data from server. Right now we are not using server, so we will not reload data from server, but in real world we have to reload the data from server and then set refresh to false. So once you load the data from the server, then you have to set refresh to false so that icon should go away. Otherwise icon will be there forever. Okay, so let's try to mimic that we are getting some data from the server. So how can I mimic it? What should I use? If I want to mimic that something is coming from the server, it takes after a few seconds. No use effect. What can I use here? That something is generally use effect used to let the data, real data, right? Now I want to use a fake data. So I want to mimic that after few seconds and new data is there. So what can I use here? Instead of Ajax set timeout, we should use set timeout. Okay, it is right, set timeout. So here I will use set timeout, and here I will put arrow function, and I will say after 3 seconds call this function. And here in this set timeout I will say set refresh equal to false. So what will happen? Right now we don't have real data. So what will happen when I pull it? It will show the circling icon, and after 3 seconds it will turn off the circling icon with no change in the data for now. Okay, so let's pull it. For 3 seconds it will load. After 3 seconds gone. Okay, so again I'm pulling it. 3 seconds it's loading, and after 3 seconds it's gone. So right now nothing is happening, but what I will do, I will add one more item whenever you pull it. So whenever you pull it, I will add item 13, 14, 15, whatever, like that. So what I have to do, I have to call the set items, and I have to add one more row. Okay, let's do that one. So I will do set items, and here I have to load one more item from the set item. So here I call arrow function, and here will be 1 second. Okay, I'll be back in 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so let's write down this function that whenever someone pull it, I want to add more item 13. So what I'll do, I'll take all this previous one. I will add all this previous one. So this is the previous. When I say set item previous, set item, this is arrow function, and in that previous means whatever we have here. And here, what I'll do, I will add one more item. So how to add more item? I will say return dot 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 previous. So whatever we have here, that is the previous, and then I'll add one more item. In the more item, I have to pass the key and the item. So I have to pass the key. Key should be, so if it is 12 here, key should be 13 here, right? And item 13 should be there. So let's find out how many items are there. So I'll create one more variable ID, which will show how many items are there. Let's say we have previous dot length. Okay. So let's say there are 12 items. I want to add 13 items. Now if I call this total number of items, we have 12 items. So if I want to add one more, I will add +1. Okay, and I will use this ID here as a here, and also I will use this ID here. So to use the ID here, I have to use the backtick and dollar curly bracket ID. So whenever we want to put dynamic value in the variable, we have to use backtick, and we have to use variable inside the dollar. So we have to say dollar curly bracket and curly bracket. And so this will be the variable which we have created here. So what it will do, it will take the ID, that is number of items, and +1, and then it will have whatever we have previously, it will add one more here. Okay, so that's what we are trying to do it. Now, if I refresh, it got stuck 1 second. Yeah. So after 3 seconds, you will see one item will added here. So if I do one more times, it is added 14. So we are go on adding the items when someone refreshes the page. So this is the temporary one for the dummy data. In real world, you will get the data from the server. Okay. So in real world, you will get the data from the server. So you need to just call the backend API again to get the data. So sometimes the data will be added from the server, sometimes it will not, because based on the server data, we show it here. So in real world, we will show the data from the server, but since it is a dummy one, so we created this function. So make it work like it is really calling some update on the server. Let me give you this function if you have not written. Okay, so what we did, we create a scroll view. In scroll view, we put a refresh control. Refresh control will call the refresh control component, which will take the refreshing parameter as a true or false. And on refresh, we call the function. This function will, in real world, it will call the backend API to get the new data. But since we don't have API, we use the set timeout function. And before calling the set timeout, I made the refresh true to show the icon. And after the set timeout, I made the set refresh false to hide the icon. If I don't pass this one, then icon loading will go on continuously, and we will not be able to stop it. Okay, so we need something to stop this one. So let me know once you put this function and it's working like I showed you. So if you want quick one, instead of 3000, you can put 500. Then it will be very quick. See, immediately it's adding it in half second. It's very quick. So depending on how fast you want the result, you can change this 500 to 3000 or 500. So this is a half second. If I put 1000, it's 1 second. 3000, 3 seconds. Let me know when it's done, so we can. So what are the steps? I will delete this part. You can check this in the project 8. I will not put it here. Okay, so I will not put it here. Okay. So second step is loop array display items. Third step is use ScrollView to wrap around the rows. Fourth is called refresh control. Uh, called refresh control. Okay. Write refresh variable and handle refresh function, which will be called on pull of the view. So these are the steps which we followed. Is it working as it's shown here? Okay, Kate is saying working. Okay, let me restart it. I'll pull it. Kate is only saying I got nothing. Nothing means what's the problem? Yeah, then you need to figure out. Now is the time for you to see what is wrong. Check whether scroll view is there. Check whether refresh control has refresh control. With refreshing on refresh is there. And on refresh you call this handle request. Check if you handle request function properly written. Check if you have this state variable. Go on checking where is the problem. I can put whole file, but then you will not know where you gone wrong. Try to find out yourself first. Then I'll put it. First you figure out what is wrong. Okay, check all the things. Try to first fix it. Before taking my file, you try to fix it where you gone wrong. If I put this whole file, it will be working, then you will learn nothing. Okay, do it in 2-3 minutes. Till then, I will write something here. So before we close this one, I'll just mention something. Though we have written the scroll view and we have loaded the items like this, but this scroll view is not the ideal in the world of the React Native. This way of writing, that is looping it like this. So this way is very good when we go for the React web world, but when we go to the mobile, the scroll view is not the ideal way to do it. There are much better ways, because if the items are less, then scroll view works fine in the mobile. But if there are a lot of items here, then scroll view will be giving not a good performance. Scroll view is good, but using looping like this and using scroll view with this one is not the good one. We use scroll view anyway in many places where you have to go beyond the visible screen. But this way to display the list is not the ideal way. For the mobile, there are much better ways, which we will see in future lessons. But this is not the real way to use it. So when we build the real world application, we will not use this way. But why I'm showing you? Because this is the basics. When we go to little advanced part, you should understand what are the basics we did to loop it. Okay, so I will write down here scroll view with map. We use scroll view everywhere. Okay, so scroll view is good. We can use the scroll view, but when we have to display the list of items and the list of items is bigger with large list of items, then it is not good. If we have limited list of items, then it is good. Okay, so this is something we should know. So if you know that there are 10, 25 items we have to display, then you can display scroll view with item.map. But if the list is very big, then for performance, we will use some other things which we will see in future. Yes, so one of the is flat list. Then there is array of array. Then we use section list, which we will see. So there is another flat list, which is commonly used here, which we should see soon. Not tomorrow, but soon. Now, right now, I am using only these items as a as a initial default way. But in real world, we don't have this list of items here. We have the API. That is, we get some data from the server and we have to display that. So tomorrow, instead of using this hard-coded value, I will use one API, and that API will be called when I do this one items. So it will be not this one. It will be the API from the server, which I will use it tomorrow. So that's all for this one, and I will now commit my changes, create a merge request, put it in the main. First I'll do git status, git add, git commit, maybe I can say list, git push. When I do git push, I get this command line. I will put this command line here, and this is updated. Now I will create the pull request. Let me create a pull request. So here I will create the pull request. Pull request created. I will merge it. And now if you go to main branch, you will see projects folder is created here. Right now it's only having the readme file, and I will see project 8. Okay, so this is the project 8. So tomorrow we'll create project 9, and in the project 9 it will be from the server. Right now it's the hard-coded value here. Tomorrow we'll call one API and load that API here instead of this hard-coded value. Any questions? Now you have to do together with me. Okay, I will upload this video, but I don't know when. Okay, so you will get the videos, but don't ask me to upload it again and again, because I want people to do it. And if I upload sooner, many people just rely on the video and they don't come online here, and population goes down of this class, and then I have to stop the class. Okay, so if it goes less than 5, then in few weeks I have to close this class, because if no one is coming, I feel that no one is interested, then I have to close it. So if you're interested, then you have to come in the class. You have to take part. Now only 3 people were talking, or 4: Anand, Kate, Nitesh, and Ram, and I don't see others taking the active part. So that way, you will not learn. If you want to learn, you have to answer it quickly. Whenever I ask, I want answer from every one of you. Just listening it and not answering, not doing together will be a problem. Because if you do together, things are getting harder and harder now. We will be putting very hard things. And once I put React Native, complete React Native, you will also learn React, because everything inside code is React. Okay, so those who don't know React, they will learn React. Okay, if you know the React, then it's okay. We will be using Redux now in few days. We will be doing a lot of things. And if you think that, oh, I will do later, many things you will not do because of laziness or you don't get time. So you have to do it together with me. So next time I want active answer from everyone. Okay, so tomorrow we will first do the API call. And if we are done with the API call, I will start with the flat list. And if you are not done with the API call, it takes time, then flat list will go to the next week. Okay, and I want everyone to send me at least, you can send me more than one, but at minimum one project I want from everyone which they think they want to build it. It may be anything. Okay, so we may do that or not. I will decide how easy it is, how possible it is, what are the complications of doing that project. Yeah, so whatever is incomplete, forget that. Now just put it here because right now we are only building React Native projects. Okay, so whatever the last project is incomplete, will not touch those now. Okay, no time to, you can do yourself, and if you get stuck, you can ask me. For now, I want this one, and let's say there are 100 projects. We may know which are feasible or which are achievable. Something your mind may say something which is not really possible in React Native, then we will skip that for now. Just write down, okay? Don't tell me here. Just give me in the Telegram chat. I will add it here, okay? So one is food delivery. He's saying food delivery. Okay. And this project will be done by you only. I will only guide you. So let's say, okay, I will only guide you how to do it, and each thing you have to do it, and you have to create a PR. Then I will review it. It will go here. Okay. So most of the things will be done by you. I will only give you the steps, like I have given the steps like this one. Once I give the steps, you have to do it and you have to show me. Okay. Also, I want to tell you, I put some of the softwares in the Telegram group, like SQL Yog and Dreamweaver. Okay, for Windows. Dreamweaver is for Windows. So just download it. We'll be building something in there. Okay, for some of the projects. News aggregator project. Okay, you have to explain me what you mean by news aggregator project. You have to write a description because everyone has different. Okay, I cannot write it down because it's already committed and merged, but I will create a new branch and I'll put it. Okay, just put description also what you want to do that. Okay, Anand has raised PR. Let me check. I can, if you have raised the PR now, see again, this Kate will fix this one. I see Anand. Project 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it's merged. Okay, any questions?